Our journey to Salem has been going on for, I think, over 30 years now. Julie and I came to the North Shore in 1988 to attend Gordon-Conwell Seminary. We believed God was calling us to missions and to serve somewhere overseas. We didn't really know where at the time, but we believed that God had put that call on our hearts. And so we came here to study and prepare. And I really expected to go from here overseas. But interestingly, while we were studying there, we first of all became familiar with Salem just as kind of a cool town in the area. I spent some time in Salem and began just enjoying the city. And at some point in our mission studies, learned about Adoniram Judson and the fact that he had been sent from Salem. And we were impressed by the fact that here Salem really is the birthplace of North American missions to the world. And of course, at the same time, we were, aware of what we would call the unfortunate emphasis on the history of witches and all the whole Salem witch trial phenomenon. And I think we're, in a sense, kind of grieving the fact that Salem as a city chose to emphasize its history connected to witches as opposed to its history of being the birthplace of North American missions to the world. At the same time, while we were studying at Gordon-Conwell, I think our vision for the local church and God's use of the local church in terms of reaching the world was growing in our hearts. And we began actually sensing that possibly God was calling us to plant a church in Salem. But anyway, after this 3-day prayer retreat, Julie and I really sensed that God was saying, my call is still on you to go overseas. And actually, within a week of going back from that, the door opened that we ended up going through to go serve in Central Asia for many years, and actually ended up raising our kids there. And then we came back to the States a number of years ago, and I guess, to be honest, we didn't really think that much about Salem and that previous sense of call. But there came a point a couple years ago where we were kind of looking for a new church home, and realized for the first time that this is the church where Adoniram Judson and Ann, his wife, were sent from to go overseas. And I think really from that moment, we knew that God was calling us to be part of this church. And so we're really excited about what God is doing here in Salem, as well as God's plans for using this church to reach the world following in the legacy of Adoniram and Ann Judson.